Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In a previous video lecture, we have studied pulse modulation. In that, we have studied PAM, that is pulse amplitude modulation, then PWM, pulse width modulation, and last PPM, that is pulse position modulation. So in today's video lecture, we will discuss about the multiplexing and types of multiplexing. So there are two basic types of multiplexing. The first is FDM, that is frequency division multiplexing, and second is TDM, that is time division multiplexing. Okay, so let us see first what is mean by multiplexing. So we know that the multiplexing is the process of simultaneously transmitting two or more individual signals over the single communication channel. So due to this multiplexing, it is possible to increase the number of communication channels so that more information can be transmitted. Okay, so the typical applications of multiplexing are in telemetry and telephony or in the satellite communication. Okay, so there are two types. The first is FDM, that is frequency division multiplexing, and second is time division multiplexing, that is TDM. So generally the FDM system, that is frequency division multiplexing, are used to deal with the analog information, and where the TDM systems are used to handle the digital information. Okay, so in FDM, many signals are transmitted simultaneously, where each signal occupies a different frequency slot within the common bandwidth, and in TDM, the signals are not transmitted at a time. Instead, they are transmitted in different time slots. Okay, so here let us see first the frequency division multiplexing. Okay, so the FDM, which is based on the concept of sharing bandwidth of a communication channel. So the signals which are to be transmitted simultaneously will each modulate a separate carrier. So the modulation can be AM, that is amplitude modulation, or we can use SSB, that is single sideband, or it is FM, that is frequency modulation, or PM, that is phase modulation. So the modulated signals are then added together to form a complex signal which is transmitted over the single channel, which can be shown in this block diagram. So here we can see there are n number of input signal. This is signal 1, 2, 3 up to n. Then again each signal is given to the different modulator. This is modulator first, second modulator, third modulator, and n modulators are there. And after that, all these signals are combined together using this block, that is linear mixer, or we can say the adder. Okay, then after that the output is here shared through this common communication channel. So in simple word we can say multiplexing means many into one. Means what? There are many inputs like this, and which is having only one output, that is nothing but multiplexing. Okay, so here we can see the block diagram of this FDM transmitter. So here each signal modulates a separate carrier, and the modulator outputs will contain the sidebands of the corresponding signals. So here the modulator outputs are added together in the linear mixer or using this adder, and the linear mixer is different from the normal mixers. So here the sum and different frequency components are not produced. Okay, but here only the algebraic addition of the modulated outputs will be takes place. Then different signals are thus added together in the time domain, but they have separate identity in the frequency domain. So we can see in this figure. So here the composite signal at the output of mixer is transmitted over the single communication channel using this previous figure, that is FDM transmitter. Then this signal can be used to modulate a radio transmitter if the FDM signal is to be transmitted through the air. Okay, so here basically this FDM is based on the bandwidth sharing concept. That is here we can see the bandwidth of overall communication channel is there. Okay, then here for the first frequency component FC1, bandwidth of single channel is there, then individual carriers are there. Okay, so this is the basically the spectrum of your FDM signal, right? Then next part is the FDM receiver. Then what happened in FDM receiver? Then this FDM receiver is used at the receiver side where the opposite operation takes place, that is the demultiplexing. Means what? In multiplexing there are many into one signal, that means n number of inputs are there and only one output is there, and at the receiver side demultiplexing process can be takes place, which is having one input. This is the one input and it is converted into the many outputs. Okay, so here we can say the demultiplexing means one into many and multiplexing means many into one. Okay, so here the block diagram of this FDM receiver we can see in this diagram, in this figure. So here the composite signal is applied to the group of band pass filter. So here we can see different BPF, that is band pass filters are there. So each band pass filter has the center frequency corresponding to one of the carriers, and the band pass filters have an adequate bandwidth to pass all the channel information without any distortion. So here each filter will pass only its channel and reject all the other channels. So the channel demodulator then removes the carrier and recovers the original signal back. So here we can see these band pass filters are used to allow the particular frequency and then to reject the other frequencies. Okay, then after that these are given to this demodulator. Demodulator 1, 2, 3 up to n demodulators are there, and finally we can here recover the original signal back. This is signal 1, 2, signal 3 and signal n. Okay, so this is the all about FDM transmitter and FDM receiver. So we can use this FDM technique in telephone system. Okay, then after that let us see next type of multiplexing is time division multiplexing. So the process called multiplexing is used in order to utilize the common transmission channel or medium to transmit more than one signal simultaneously. Okay, so two methods which are generally employed. The first is FDM, that is frequency division multiplexing, and second is TDM, that is time division multiplexing. So let us see what happened in TDM. So in TDM all the signals are to be transmitted. They are not transmitted simultaneously, but instead of they are transmitted one by one. So the each signal will be transmitted for a very short time, and one cycle or a frame is said to be complete when all the signals are transmitted once on the transmission channel. So we can see here the principle of this TDM. So as shown in this figure, here one transmission of each channel completes one cycle of operation which is called as one frame. Okay, so again if this signal is starting from this 1, 2, 3, 4, then it is considered as a again one complete frame. So the TDM system can be used to multiplex analog or digital signals. However, it is more suitable for the digital signal multiplexing. Okay, then here we can see the TDM system which is going to be discussed now here, which combines the concepts of PAM, that is pulse amplitude modulation, and TDM both. So here we can see the PM or the TDM system in this diagram. So here the multiplexer here is a single pole rotating switch, or we can say the commutator. So this is commutator 1 and this is commutator 2. Then it can be a mechanical switch or an electronic switch. So it rotates at a particular frequency which is called as this Fs, that is Fs rotations per second. So as the switch arm rotates, then what happened? Then it is going to make a contact with this position 1, then this 2, then 3 or this n position for a short time. Then to these contacts are connected then the n analog signals which are to be multiplexed. So thus the switch arm will connect these n input signals one by one to this communication channel. This is transmission channel. Then the waveform of this TDM signal which is being transmitted we can shown in this figure 7.10.3a. So here it shows that rotatory switch sample each channel during each of its rotations, each rotation corresponding to the one frame, and here one frame is completed in ts second. So that's why we can write here ts is equal to 1 upon fs. Okay, so at the receiver side there is one more rotating switch. So we can see in this figure at the receiver side here there is one more rotating switch or commutator which is used for the demultiplexing. Okay, so it is important to note that this switch must rotate at the same speed as that of this commutator 1 at the transmitter, and its position must be synchronized with the commutator 1 in order to ensure the proper demultiplexing. Okay, so the same principle of multiplexing can be used for the multiplexing more number of signals. Okay, so here we can see in second figure B multiplex PM signal which are transmitted on the transmission channel. So these are x1, x2, x3, x4 up to x of n. So this is our complete one frame which is having time period t of s is equal to 1 upon fs. So after that let us see comparison of this FDM and TDM systems. So there are two columns. In first column FDM technique is there and in second column TDM technique is there. So the first point is the signals which are to be multiplexed are added in the time domain, but they occupy different slots in the frequency domain for this FDM. And for TDM, the signals which are to be multiplexed can occupy the entire bandwidth, but they are isolated in the time domain. Then second point is FDM is usually preferred for the analog signal and the TDM is preferred for the digital signal. Third point is in FDM synchronization is not required, but for the TDM synchronization is essential. Then fourth point, the FDM requires a complex circuitry at the transmitter and the receiver side, but for TDM circuitry is not very complex. Then next point is FDM suffers from the problem of crosstalk due to imperfect bandpass filters, but in TDM the problem of crosstalk is not severe. Then next point is due to the wideband fading in the transmission medium, all the FDM channels are affected, but in TDM due to the fading only a few TDM channels will be affected. Then last point is due to slow narrowband fading taking place in the transmission channel, only a single channel may be affected in FDM, but for TDM due to slow narrowband fading all the TDM channels may get wiped out. So this is all about our today's session. I hope you will like and enjoy. We will stop here with motivational quote. Today's motivational quote for you is, the best project you will ever work on is you. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.